What does it mean when you feel nauseous or exhausted after a light language session? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What can you do about it? And could it be that nefarious entities are involved? We're going to talk about that today. My name is Gaianna Sophia, and I'm a light language activator here on YouTube and other places as well. So, when you receive a light language activation, we all need to understand that this is a powerful healing. There's a lot of information that's coming through you. There's a lot of clearing that can happen. There's a lot of downloads that are coming into your system and activating your person. And so it could just be the easiest answer would be it could just be that it is a healing crisis. You have basically done a lot of work during this light language activation, just like other types of healing modalities. Sometimes we could feel a little sick afterwards, and it could just be a normal thing. It doesn't happen very often, in my experience, with light language activations, but it can happen. The other reason could be you have just overdosed with light language activations. So, say you're watching one or two or three in a row, and like language activations in a row, and suddenly you start feeling nauseous. Well, it's because they're starting to conflict. All of the downloads that you're getting are conflicting inside of your system, and they're not able to fully process. Your body isn't able to fully process them. So you're not actually going to receive the full light language activation that you were hoping for, because it's overwhelming your system. And so the things that you can do for both of these things, if they happen for you, is to basically the first thing I would do personally is find a way to ground this energy out of your system. So you can put your hands on the earth, or you can visualize yourself doing this and asking Gaia to take and compost, recycle energies that are ready to be released, that can be released from your system, that are conflicting in your system, and just let it go. And then after that, wait a couple of days before you go back and do a light language activation. Let your system calm down. And often I recommend, anyway, not doing more than one light language activation unless they're like super short or you feel really good afterwards. And you'll know your cycles as you're in your system as you are experiencing light language. So you will know yourself best. But if you start feeling overwhelmed and you're watching a few in a row, then this is a very good potential why that's happening. And so just calm it down and watch one a day. Get that full activation. Make sure your system, gets that full activation. If you wanted to learn more about light language, you can go to my video here. I'm pretty sure it's going to show up right there on how to use light language. So, how to avoid nefarious entities through light language channelers. So, language of light is the term is actually based in source, creator, the universe. It's like of the light. There are people who channel, but they don't know what they're channeling, or they could be bringing through nefarious entities without realizing it. So it's up to you as a viewer to sense with your heart and not with your intellect, if this person is coming from source. And so basically it's your gauge that needs to, you need to develop your gauge. And when you find people who are good and it's like working and you feel really good afterwards, um, then you can hang out with that channeler, that light language activator. But when it is somebody who may even look the part, they may look so much the part, they may attempt doing the same kind of things as as someone who's coming from source, but they aren't connected to source. We can intellectualize and just be like, oh, but they look like they should, right? We need to like learn how to come from looking with our intellect into looking with our hearts. So being like, what does this actually feel like? Is this aligned? Because if they're not coming from source, you don't really want to have that download. You really don't. And so that could cause more complications than you really want. So it's just something to really think about. So if you have any other questions about light language or troubleshooting light language, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to help you out. And other than that, may your light language experience be blessed and filled with great healings and and great awakenings as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.